York's classic rock, Q1043.
Caroline Hirsch is with us this morning here at New York's Classic Rock, Q104.3. And I really feel that I don't have to tell you this, but just in case there's someone who's listening that might be unaware of who Caroline is, she is the greatest comedy impresario in the history of the world. And she is here this morning to reveal to us details about the 2025 New York Comedy Festival talent lineup. Caroline, of course, owned and operated Caroline's, the most famous comedy club here in the United States and in North America. She nurtured the careers of some of the biggest stars in the world of comedy, many of whom also became successful actors in movies and television shows. And this year, we are going to have another amazing lineup. Caroline, welcome.
Well, good morning, and thank you for that lead-up. My goodness, that was something. Can I quote that?
But it's true. It's true.
Oh, thank you, Jim.
You have been such a mentor. You've taken people who were absolute unknowns, who lacked stage experience, who sometimes lacked self-confidence, and helped to mold them into some of the biggest stars in the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, comedy, we at Caroline's, we got there right when this trend was happening. And people used to say to me, what made you do that? What made you open a club? What made you, hire headliners at that time? And the difference was between Caroline's and the other clubs, like Catch a Rising Star or the Improv, is that I was paying the comedians, which was new.
Yeah,
and it caught on.
Let's see, at Catch a Rising Star, Improv, the Comedy Strip.
Right.
I know the Comedy Strip, you had to guarantee them a certain amount of money at the door in order to be allowed to go on stage. So, in essence, you and your friends were paying them.
Right.
Which is not how it worked with you.
No, not how. Nope. When Richard Belzer and Jay Leno came into the club, they received a paycheck, which was great. And that was the start of Caroline's. And, way back in 1984, the New York Times wrote this wonderful piece about Caroline's and kind of put us on the map as being a headliner club and catching on to this new comedy culture that was happening, as we called it, the rock and roll of the 80s.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were talking about established names, headliners that you had in your club. But there were unknown talents.
Unknown
Talents that you booked.
But had the following that was happening.
Right, unknown to the greater world.
To the greater world.
Like Jerry Seinfeld.
Jay Leno.
Pee Wee Herman. Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. Chris Rock.
Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah. Everybody, Dave Chappelle, a little later on. Dave Chappelle, the Jon Stewarts of the world for there. So
when I watch a Dave Chappelle video, I laugh till I hurt.
Yeah. He's pretty brilliant, huh?
Yes.
Boy, did he grow from the 19-year-old. I remember him being on stage in the late 80s to where he is now. So kept his head down, did what he wanted to do, kept his principle of what he wanted, and he did it.
But Caroline, you ended up founding Caroline's Comedy Club and becoming a big part of comedy history, but you went to FIT. You could have opened a boutique, and think of how different the world would be today.
Wouldn't be as much fun. Wouldn't have that many laughs. No, it's been good, and the festival has been great. 21 years. This is our 21st year of the festival, which I think we've proved that we're the biggest annual festival in the country. We've been around a long time. We do our homework with what's right. We are diversified in how we present comedy. We do emerging talent. We do live podcasts. We do brand activations using comedy. We're thought-provoking. So we cover the realm of what's happening in comedy during the festival.
Well, as part of the New York Comedy Festival this year, there will be over 200 comedians, over 100 shows. The shows will take place in all 5 boroughs, and it starts Friday, November 7th and continues until Sunday, November 16th. And pre-sale access began yesterday morning at 11 o'clock.
It did. Pre-sale is with Bread Financial, so you can go to NewYorkComedyFestival.com, check out the acts. There is something for everyone, and I suggest that, buy a bunch of tickets to different shows. Come to New York if you're from out of town. Come here and have a like a week of group laughs.
Well,
You'll have a great time.
What are some of the big venues?
Some of the venues, we have the Basement Yard, which is at Carnegie Hall. The Basement Yard, I'm sorry, is at Madison Square Garden, the big room. Hannah Berner. We have Michael Blackson at the Hard Rock Hotel, also with Ryan Long. The Hard Rock Hotel is our hub.
Okay.
And there's a great venue there called The Venue, where we do a lot of the shows that we used to do at Caroline's, we do there. So we will have shows for 10 days happening, and events and panels at the Hard Rock. And it's kind of our comedy hub in New York City. And if you haven't been there, it's a wonderful hotel on 48th Street.
And there will be shows at Carnegie Hall.
Carnegie Hall, we have Alex Edelman, who had a Broadway show just last year with a special, and Alex will bring a stand-up to Carnegie Hall. We have Pete Holmes. We have Morgan Jay. We have Nurse John, fabulous, and we have Johan Sponder also at Town Hall.
Well, yes, Town Hall and the Beacon Theater.
Beacon Theater. We also have Strangers with Candy with Stephen Colbert, Paul Dinello, and Amy Sedaris, and it's celebrating the 25th year of their cancellation.
You have a lot of big names.
We do. We're covering the base with everyone. So,
Well, it means that they leave time open on their calendar for the festival because
They do.
they know how important it is.
Well, we're working again with Margaret Cho. She'll be at Town Hall. Now, Margaret's an old favorite of ours. I've worked with her for years and years and years, from Caroline's through everything else that we've done together, and then bringing her back again this year. And, there's always a surprise with Margaret. We're also very interested because this year we've partnered with Threads, which is part of Meta. And it's a new way where comedians are communicating with the public, and it's a good back and forth. They have over 350 million users, and it's really, really grown in the comedy world.
Well, that's
So
almost as many people as had dinner and enjoyed a show at Caroline's over the years. That's obviously an exaggeration, but the truth of the matter is that venues like Caroline's, when it was open, and events like the New York Comedy Festival draw people from all over the place to New York City. Not just local people, but people come from all over the place. And they stay in our hotels, and they go to our shows, and they eat in our restaurants, and they shop in our stores, and they pay taxes.
Right.
It really is a benefit to the entire community when you have a big event like
Yes,
this.
it does have an economic impact on New York. I think one year we financially it came up to be lots. It came up to be a lot of millions of dollars brought to the city, and all the restaurants where the venues are, do great business when we're in town doing this. Really, we really do.
So Bread Financial presale access began yesterday, 11 o'clock in the morning, and continues until tomorrow night at 10. And then tickets go on sale to the general public on Monday at 11 o'clock in the morning. Go to nycomedyfestival.com. All the info is there.
Thank you.
Caroline Hirsch, thank you.
Thank you.